Yeah, so the topic of the session was economic aspects of water quality management, but I think that we couldn't manage to discuss much about economics. And yeah, I'm an economist, but except Dr. Lalika's paper, the other papers were more like management papers. But anyway, maybe my colleague Professor Nakamura will add something later. His paper was about monitoring and assessment of governance improvement in integrated lake basin management. And he basically introduced this integrated lake basin management approach and how to assess the improvement of lake basin governance by using some indicators. And he also used the case of Lake Biwa. The second presentation was by Dr. Alluri Nagavarma, and he talked about the interface between climate change, water conflicts, and human security. And here, the main point was that as a result of climate change, we have a high possibility of various conflicts over water. So we need to think about various policy responses to these future risks. And he introduced two policy responses, like forming some associations of water users in Egypt and in an insurance scheme in Turkey against crop losses. The third presentation was by Dr. Zati Sharip from Malaysia, and she introduced her research about development of national lake water quality standards for sustainable management of lakes and reservoirs in Malaysia. So basically, the talk was about the use of national lake water quality standards to manage the water quality in lakes and reservoirs. And also she mentioned about some dialogue with stakeholders or stakeholder consultations to improve these lake quality standards. The fourth presentation was by Dr. Lalika about Tanzania. The topic was exploring the potential for watershed conservation for enhancing water quantity and quality, upstream and downstream linkages. So Dr. Lalika studied about the potential for payment for watershed services along Pangani River Basin in Tanzania. And the idea was that we should provide certain incentives to upstream communities to protect watersheds. Therefore, we need to devise payment schemes to ensure effective collection of fees from downstream water users. So my impression was that we couldn't really discuss about economic aspects, and maybe in the future we should define more precisely what do we mean by economic aspects, because one way of looking at it could be like purely mainstream economics, which I don't think it's a very suitable approach. And I thought that the study of Dr. Lalika provided some kind of clues about how to use economic approach to water quality management. Thank you very much.